All right, good afternoon, good evening, good morning for those of you who are already into Sunday. Some people are. Welcome to this impromptu Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I'm your host and pilot, Uncle B. Today we are, let me just put in some information here on the for our here for the Nightbot. For those of you who want to know what we're up to today, and then I'll be back in the chat. And now, of course, you don't have to follow this route exactly. You can do your own, kind of figure out your own path to get there. All right, there we go. There's that. Hello, Joseph. All right, so we got about an hour, just about a 2-hour flight. We're going to depart here from Chicago O'Hare, gate Bravo 10. We're going to come down here, come around, go to 22 left, come out and make our way across here to our first point there, and then we're going to cruise at 36,000. Then we'll start reducing our altitude. There's the beginning of our arrival portion. Logger. If you notice, I just was looking at this before I started the stream. There's brewery. There's Dunkel, Kolsch, Pilsner, Lager, Pint, Tapby, and Grub. All either pub words or words to do with beer. Hello, Bex. So yeah, I just noticed that everything going into Denver on this portion of the flight is all the words are all words that you would associate with pubs and or beers or breweries. So anyway, I'll give it a few minutes. A few more minutes, we'll get started here. Just a little impromptu thing. I was sitting here going like, I should do a flight tonight. But then I was looking at the time. I was like, I don't want to make it too much later than it is already, because I know it's going on 9 o'clock there in the evening there in the UK. For some folks, it's near their bedtime. Joseph, I'm kidding, of course. Anyway, so yeah, we'll get that done. Just a little bit of something different. I was looking around. I guess nobody else was streaming tonight. It's all fine, and happy to do this. Something a little bit different. Well, not too different, But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. We'll see who pops in. Yeah, we'll wait another minute and see who pops in, and then we'll get in the aircraft and get going. Get in the sky and be on our way. We'll be in Denver before we know it. Live weather, I'm surprised when I spawned in. I just double checked it before when I had to do something real quick before I started the stream. So I checked. It's not snowing in Chicago, surprisingly, because usually this time of the year they're just getting hit with the bad weather. But anyway, so yeah, we got that going on. So it should be an okay flight. So Yeah. But hopefully everybody's doing well. Enjoyed farming with Mick last night. That was great. Got a lot done. Made some more money. That's good. That's always a good thing. Wish it was real money, not pretend money. That's all right. All right, I think we can go ahead and get in here. And I am on the Southeast Asia server. I did verify that if anybody wants to pop in. And this is the route essentially that I'm taking today. Today's flight brought to you by Parasox Airline. Parasox Airline. Just because you have a pair of socks does not always mean they have to match. Airline CEO Scruffy Tam will show you in his stream. He has a sock cam. The only person I know that has a sock cam. All right. Let's get this thing started up. All right. This was an actual flight today. United Airlines flight 2444. It departed from Chicago this morning at 10. Hold on a second. It's giving me flight awareness giving me grief. 10:50. So that was 11:50 EST, and it did the flight. They got there 10 minutes early. So I don't know. They may have taken a different route this morning when they went, but it said it was about a 2-hour 44-minute flight, but they got there 10 minutes early. So I don't know which way they took to get there, but somebody write that down for me. Joseph, did you catch all that? You didn't write it down, I'm not going to know where to go. Not anybody in the sky, so we got the sky to ourselves right now. little speeding on the taxi here. So we'll be back Monday in the Junkers 52. Continuing, we'll go from Little Rock to, I believe, Memphis? Nashville. It's in the Discord already. Rough plan for Monday. Our runway right here to our right side, we believe. Nope. It's back over this way somewhere. So the gate that this aircraft taxied to upon arrival at Denver does not exist in the sim. Doubled and triple checked to make sure I was in the right area, and I was, so don't know, but it's not there. That's okay. That should be our runway right there. There it is. I wonder if this is one of the de-icing areas here for Chicago. We'll just go ahead and depart. No sense of waiting. We are already cleared to go. Away we go. And we're on our way. That's very weird. should be. The old crusty salute from old Chicago for hosting us today. The Great Lakes there behind us. And away we go. Long haul to our first official nav point there, IOW. 161 nautical miles. And towards Iowa City. Be a quiet one in the chat Saturday afternoon, evening time. It's okay. Happy to have whoever's here here. If you're here, you're here. If you're not here, you're not here, but you're here. To our next altitude here. There we go. Make sure everything is correct. Sorry for hearing the sirens in the background. We had a bit of a wasn't a major snowstorm the other day, but we had a bit of a wet snow. It's all pretty much melted, but I think in a couple of spots it's been a little bit slick. So there may have been some accidents in the area. Hopefully nobody falling and breaking bones. Knock on wood. So yes, there was a beta update for Sim Update 12. I don't get the sense, I haven't looked necessarily, but I don't believe that the Wasm fix is part of the Sim Update 12 beta test. So it's hard to know, because I think the only problem would be they would have to give you access to an aircraft to test the systems, and they're not going to do that. So I don't believe that that's part of the test. But the work is in progress on Sim Update 12, the betas. The AN225, one of the world's largest, if not the world's largest aircraft, was released earlier this week for the PC only. It will come to the Xbox in late March. We've been assured. Yada yada yada. I know they have told us that, but it's still kind of, it just feels kind of a bit raw that you know, the PC folks have already gotten their hands on it. All proceeds generated are going to be donated to the 225 project that they're trying to do something. They're trying to raise money to either rebuild it or memorialize it or something. But Microsoft is not taking a dime of the money. It's all going to that project, which is good for them. But yeah, so things are a bit lean again for the Xbox. I don't expect anything of note to come out over the next, let's see, how many Thursdays do we have? First. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next 4 Thursdays, I'm not expecting anything of significance in the marketplace. But you never know. You know, they may surprise us. I'm not expecting that they will. So we'll see. But yeah, nothing of note, really. So that's okay. Let's see what else is going on. Boy, we are, wow, look at that, coming above the clouds, puffy clouds. I think this flight's going to take longer than an hour and 50 minutes because we are flying to the west and it's all headwinds at this point. So I don't think we're going to get there very quickly today, but we'll see. We shall see. So yeah, other than that, nothing else is really happening. Nothing of major significance. Watch Scruffy do his stream today and their flight around Italy. Some scenic flying. Very good stuff. Really enjoyed that. You missed out on that. You missed out on a heck of a flight. Very lovely scenery. A few crashes along the way from Scruff. Happens though. Good, 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 clean fun. We can begin a little in-cabin service here. A little light snack. You know, you never get a full meal on a flight anymore, not like the old days. Get a little snack and that's about it. Maybe something to drink. So yeah, Monday we're back, Junkers 52. We'll see how things, I can't fly Thursday. I have an appointment in the morning, so I'm not going to fly Thursday the 9th. But, maybe we'll do something Wednesday, I don't know. We'll squeeze in another Junkers flight. Arm's healing, still very sore. This cold weather is just doing a number on my joints, especially my right arm after the surgery. So we'll see how we get on with that. Matter of fact, it's already afternoon, so I can take my next dose of Tylenol. I did have to put the splint back on. Well, not that I had to, but I put it back on just to kind of protect it. Because I don't know if I overdid something. I haven't bumped it or anything, so I know it's not that. But yeah, it's kind of hard to tell when I've overdone it or... But yeah, I'm just trying to keep it protected. Get a lot of muscle spasms at night. In the arm. I don't know if that's normal or what. Ask the doctor in a couple weeks. Been watching Band of Brothers again for the 15th time. And, you know, I know part of it was dramatized to make for interesting television. But there are things that I think were true, especially for major winners, or lieutenant and captain and major winners throughout the series, and how he conducted himself as a leader. I think that was one of the only, possibly one of the true things about that show. Whereas other things might have been a bit sneaky. Yeah, I snuck one in on you, Mick. Yeah. How are you, good sir? Nice to see you, as always. Enjoyed our farming last night, our little chat afterwards. That was good stuff. Glad we were able to get a farm stream in. Well, to be honest, I kept looking to see if Pulse was going to go live. He didn't go live. I don't know, I guess Joseph's down at the pub tonight again. So he wasn't going live. So I was like, yeah, we'll squeeze a flight in tonight. So yeah, every time I watch that series, I always pick up, and I do this a lot when I rewatch TV shows or whatever, any kind of a series. I always pick up on little things that I didn't really consider before. But I think I feel fairly confident in saying how they portrayed major winners in the show, I think, is probably as close to authentic as it'll get. Whereas, you know, Captain Sobel, apparently that role was a bit over dramatized, although I have a feeling that was somewhat close to true to life as well. Maybe not to the extent that they showed in the movie or in the show, but there are those kind of leaders who I'll say this, and I think I've said it before. So he did motivate Easy Company to be better than everybody else. How he went about that motivation, though, was probably he could have gotten the same results, but just used a different approach, I think. But it's hard to say. I don't know. But yeah, I do get the sense there's always he was that kind of leader that when he showed up, like they were getting ready to do a jump into Holland, I think, and he shows up and they everybody's, you could just see that their blood turn cold when he arrived, like, oh no, this guy's gonna come in and try to, you know, insert himself back into the company and you know, kind of thing. And you know, but yeah. Yeah, I always certainly enjoy the show, and I enjoy just picking up on little things along the way that I didn't see before or notice before or whatever. You know, it does give you a different appreciation for the characters and who they're trying to portray and that. But yeah, figured I'd sneak one in, Mick. I was sitting here and like, yeah, nobody was streaming tonight, so yeah, we'll do a little flight. Maybe my soothing voice will put people to sleep. Who knows? Nice to see you all here. Probably not going to be a big crowd tonight. It's okay. All right. See how 50, almost 49 nautical miles. There we go. Just outside here for a bit. Enjoy the nice cloudy scenery. Yeah, it was good on the farm. Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to Monday back on the farm. The afternoon or evening, whichever. Well, the afternoon for me, evening for you in the UK. And yeah, get some more stuff done. Let's see what else is happening. I know. Let's see. This is the first Formula One race of the season. See what happens this year. See who's gonna win it all, or is it gonna go down to the wire? What's gonna happen this year? This weekend is also this weekend. I think it's this weekend. We got the World Endurance Race should be at Sebring, and then the 12 hours of Sebring for the WeatherTech Series will be there. I think that they were supposed to go to Sebring this year. I don't know. I didn't really think to look. I know former ALMS driver, former GTD driver, Guy Cosmo, was down at Sebring for the historical races this past weekend. He posted a quick video about that. Pretty interesting. Looked like the weather was really nice at Sebring. Tomorrow is the first IndyCar race of the season. You know, Mick's got his driver already picked, I think, for the year. And she does well in her first full season. We'll see if she surprises everybody and does better than expected. We'll see. First time a woman has competed in the IndyCar series full time since 2009. I thought it had been earlier than that Danica Patrick had started, but apparently I was mistaken. I think the open wheel unification was still in the process before that, so I don't think she had moved up out of the Toyota Atlantics until after IndyCar and Champ Car finally, well, not finally, but they merged back together after the split for some number of years. I think if I could go back in time and sway the decision, I think IndyCar would have died and Champ Car would have stayed alive. That'd be mine. Oh, starting 18th. Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad. It's a long race. You know, anything can happen on a road course. So, you know, she could make up several spots if people in front of her act stupid the first couple of laps. You know, she may squeeze by them and take off and never look back. Yeah, I think I would have preferred Champ Car over IndyCar. Having seen both, I think Champ Car was... I got the feeling they were just a bit more fan-friendly than IndyCar. That's just my feeling. So it was it twice? Once or twice I went to IndyCar at Sonoma. No, one time for sure. Might have been 2 times. But anyway, so I've seen them. I've seen Champ Car twice. So yeah, I kind of feel like Champ Car was just a bit more fan-friendly than IndyCar was, or it has been. But that's just my feeling. All right, finally near our first navigation point here. That seemed like it took forever to get here. I think that St. Petersburg circuit, that street circuit's a bit tough, so if she can stay out of trouble the first probably 10 laps or so, I think she's got a good shot. It's just what happens in front of her is going to be the difference. And if she can avoid trouble, I think. Ah, okay. What day do you want to do that, Nick? Which day next week? You say Thursday, that's going to be a bit tough. But I can do it Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday. I can be your virtual co-pilot. Boy, something's definitely happened. It's gotten busy on the road going to the hospital today. We can do it, well, we got the farm and everything Monday, so we can do it Tuesday or Wednesday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday. Whichever one works for you, you let me know. I don't have anything planned. I just have an appointment Thursday morning. So that would, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to get back home. To, you know, who knows if we're going to get pounded by more bad weather this week or not. So, yeah, we can do the what you call it? Any of those days works for me. I'm pretty sure I got nothing. I don't have anything planned for Tuesday. Still talking to Chicago. Nice if I could talk to somebody else. We can do it morning my time, which would be afternoon for you. Well, that's a run well. A bunch of the stuff is fairly close together, so. So yeah, we could do that. I'm not sure which. I'm guessing. Let's see. We went to Norway. We left. We stopped in Norway, I believe, if I remember correctly. So it's from there to the next location. But yeah, just let me know. So Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday, or Saturday, whichever one. I'll be up in the morning with my coffee in hand, and we can get you in the air and on our way. Got the checklist to start up, so we can do that way, or however you do your startup there, we can do it that way too. Have the notes ready. However you want to do it. Nasal. nasal cancers. I should. Anyway, yeah. You just let me know, Mick. We'll sort it out. It's not a big deal. We'll take Bruce and the crew over to their next destination in a 747. It's more of a party plane, I'm sure. Got that whole upper deck that's all first class with the lounge and all that kind of stuff. So, you know. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, just message me your thoughts, your plans, whichever, and we'll knock that out, Nick. That's not a problem at all. We'll get you checked out in the 747. I didn't know this. I don't know if anybody else knows this, but the actor John Travolta is licensed to pilot a 747. I believe, yeah. And I think he's got his own personal 737. I know he went through the training. I don't know if he's licensed on the 747, but he is quite an accomplished pilot. What? You're being good to your 10,000 viewers, Mick. We're doing the farm on Monday, and then sometime later that week we're doing the 747 flight. My goodness, you're spoiling them, Mick. They're gonna start getting all pushy now. You know, kind of like somebody does in Pulse's stream. When are you gonna go over here? Why can't you do this thing? I want you to do this thing. I'll get there when I want to. But I want you to go now. They're gonna start getting fussy, Mick. Yeah, I know, but you know how some viewers get. You know how the audience gets. Oh, I gotta get my picture for the Discord. We'll have to do that extra and put it in the description. There you go. Yeah, well, you know, not that anybody reads the description, right? What plane we flying today? It says right there, A320. Where are we going? Chicago to Denver. It says right there in the description. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't see that. No, you didn't see it. That's why you asked. Oh, you saw it. You wanted to ask anyway. That's okay. We call that audience interaction. So yeah, a bunch of these are together, and then we're gonna have a couple long stretches here in a little bit. Yeah, but then I know who's not read it yet. Not that that makes any difference, though. You know, you can't be mean and point out that fact that they didn't read the description. And then you get kind of get in trouble for that. Anyway, yeah, we're moving right along. A lot of weird accidents lately in the aviation world, or almost accidents. A lot of near misses. A lot of people getting told that they're cleared for takeoff, but somebody else is on approach, and just all kinds of craziness. It was really, really. I don't know if I had a choice between flying right now or taking a train. Well, I don't know if either one's good at this point. Man, it is just nuts. Did suggest to Scruffy today, I don't know how long it'll take, get some merch together for Parasox Airline. Maybe like a baseball cap, a coffee mug, or, you know, something for those of us who belong to the airline. We can help support it by not only flying, but also, you know, drinking our caffeine beverage of choice, Parasox Airline mug. And that would be even better for those who stream and have a video camera. But yeah, I don't know what else is happening. I'll finish up watching Banner Brothers here after I complete the flight. Need to run next door and get some money at the ATM and go to the laundromat and get some change so I can do some laundry. I think it's maybe supposed to be middle, not mild. It's middle. Middle. Some nice clouds, nice. I'm really surprised. I was expecting a massive, unless the storm is well north of here. I was expecting a massive storm on this flight. I thought for sure it was going to be really bumpy and whatnot. Yeah, we're cruising right along. Yeah, double whammy Monday, flying in the mornings, farming in the afternoon. Let's see what else. Yeah, looking forward to it. Now, I think my dad watched the most recent flight on YouTube. I don't know if he got all the way through it. I gotta call him once if he did or not. But, you know, now here's the thing. I told my dad how to get to my YouTube channel. But, now here's the kicker. I don't think he subscribed to my channel. Man. That's pretty bad. You tell your own family that yeah, come watch me do this and and then they're just like, they don't even subscribe to you. You know, at least he could have done was subscribe. You know, come on, Dad, I'm your son. But you didn't think my content was that good. Yeah, tough crowd, I tell you. I got to message him right now. No, I did put in. You know, over on the YouTube, there is a link here to the Twitch channel. But I'm going to see. Does anybody know in the chat? If you do, that's fine. If not, that's okay as well. Can you watch a Twitch stream without having a Twitch account? Like, if somebody sends you the link to their channel, can you just watch it? You just can't, like, comment because you're not a subscriber or something, maybe? Does anybody know how that works? Yes, no, maybe. Let's see if I can get him to watch the flight on Monday. See if he can. As a matter of fact, I'll just Google the question. I figured maybe some people have a... Okay, yeah, you can. Okay. I'll send him the link. Let's see if he shows up on Monday in the live stream. Because that's going to be a few hours of flying for sure, so he may be up and about by then. He can sit at his computer and have his coffee and all that. I think he has to have an account if he wants to talk in the chat. I know it would be nearly impossible for me to get my mom to watch live because their internet is just not that solid where they live, so they can't do streaming services either. So yeah, they don't have like Amazon Prime or Hulu or Netflix or any of those, so so they tried it before, and all it does is kind of just sits and buffers a lot. So we should be coming up on a big chunk here pretty soon. Nope, maybe not. Well, that's 76 nautical miles. Yeah, it's all pretty much close together. Yeah, okay. Alright, so yeah, we got a lot of little gaps. Yeah, not too bad. Alright, we're cruising along here. Take care of that now. All right. Anyway, yeah, I don't. See if he. I told him we're live right now, so see if he tests it or not. Feels like there's like a gap missing somewhere. I don't know. Oh. Anyways, let's see what else is there to talk about. I can't even think of like a story for story time. What else is there? Says he just started eating. Should look at Denver's, what's my altitudes and everything. Go. Approach. On the 16 right. We at Jetson, we need to be at 7,000 feet. Starting at 10. Shred. Coming in on shred, I think we should be. But let's double check our list here. Shred is the first. There it is. Okay, so 10,000. So we got to be at 10,000 by the time we get there. All right, perfect. All right. All right, we are all set. Ooh, big gust of wind there all of a sudden. Uh-oh. Seemed like a big gust of wind. I don't think I did that myself. The captain has turned on the sit down and be quiet sign. Buckle up. Alright, I think either that was a mistake on my part or... Okay. Maybe that was a hiccup on my part. Alright, well, speaking of food, maybe I did order some sausage pizza earlier for lunch. I think I'm going to go grab a slice out of the kitchen. I'll be right back. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, Mick. This is something quick and easy. Like, I kind of slept in a little bit this morning. I woke up and then finally dozed back off, and then about woke up at about 7:45 this morning, and I was like, oh, I gotta get up and get moving, and got up and had me some breakfast, and then watched Scruffy fly. Got the order from Papa John's, and I always get with the crushed red red peppers on there to sprinkle on, just to give it a little bit of a kick. So I think once we get through this month, aircraft wise, I do want to get one of the PMDG 737s. It'll probably be the 800 series because that is the one that even though it's had its issues and still apparently has issues, it is the one that a lot of airlines here in America, at least, I don't know about worldwide, but I think American flies it. I think Delta has almost all of Delta's aircraft are 737s. Because I didn't know this, but when Pan Am went out of business, Boeing, or not Boeing, Delta bought up a lot of their aircraft and took over their routes, I think. At least the aircraft. I don't know about the routes. The routes might have gotten divvied up amongst everybody else, but Delta apparently bought up a lot of their aircraft, whatever they had, and used it for a while. So Delta, I think, is a big Boeing customer. So I'd like to get that. I'd like to get the DC-6. I still got to get the, I still want to do the flight in the Concorde. That's still on the list of things to do. What I got to do is I got to dedicate a day and try to do at least 2 flights from beginning to end. And that's like 9 hours. I thought it was a much quicker flight, but it turns out even from New York to London, it's still like 4 hours, which is still very fast compared to, 6 or 7 hours or 8 hours. So I'd still like to do that, just to have to say that we got that done. But yeah, I'm trying to. But yeah, I'd like to get one of those. I don't know necessarily that there's anything else out there that I would want. The DC-6 would be fantastic, although, see, the thing is, I like to do the whole startup procedure, because I think that is part of the fun of it. but it's I think it's a very time-consuming process, you know. So, just like, you know, the startup on the Icarus 52 can be very time-consuming. So I don't know if anybody would want to sit through an hour or whatever of me pushing buttons and throwing switches and all that. Because it would be difficult to go through the checklist, because I would try to interact with the chat, but then if I do the checklist, I would, you know, I'd have to keep, you know, my eyes on what I'm doing until I reach a point like, okay, now I can stop and look at the chat and catch up with the chat. So that's the difficult part. Ooh, used. Ah, interesting. I'd never noticed that before. All right. Yeah, I would like to do that. But it's a very time-consuming process, and I don't think people would have the patience. I don't think anybody would be interested in watching the stream until after I get the aircraft started up and we're starting to... Ooh, how'd that get out of there? Just noticed that. Interesting. Well, my, oh. Good thing I checked. Yeah, Delta does have quite a long history. Yeah. And it's amazing how many airlines they used to be, you know, at least here in America. There's a lot that's no longer in existence. I mean, we lost Pan Am, we lost TWA. Those were like the two big names, you know, and then at least from when I grew up, the only two airlines I ever remember, although, well, eventually there was Delta, but the two that always stood out in my mind was TWA and Pan Am. But I do remember there was Delta, but I don't remember them being as big of a name as like Pan Am, for instance. Now I did look, I thought, but I can't find any proof. I'm almost positive TWA had a maintenance hangar back in the day at Oakland International, but I can't, I googled it, I searched for it to see if there was pictures, but maybe I was mistaken. But I know Pan Am had one over at San Francisco International. I'm positive of that. Because the China Clippers used to take out of the San Francisco Bay back in the 30s on the China Clipper service. You know, they would take off and head for Hawaii and all that. But I'm positive they had a big maintenance hangar there at San Francisco International. But yeah, like a lot of airlines they've all been merged up into other ones. Some still exist, but they're like partners with like American or United or Delta, you know, but they're allowed to, like Republic Airways, which flies out of LaGuardia to Syracuse. I think they do that in partnership with either American or United or something like that. The only one that I remember being new that has stuck around is Southwest Airlines. JetBlue has been around for quite some time. They're still managing to stick around. But the bigger, I still can't believe to this day, like the bigger ones like Pan Am and TWA went bankrupt. Like something just doesn't seem right about that, you know. But yeah, I remember flying Delta when I was a kid. You know, yeah, Delta's has had a long history here in America, and so has American Airlines. You know, they were one of the first early. But no, it seemed to me everything that I like. Pan Am wanted to basically rule everything. They did not want any other competition. From what it sounded like to me, they did not welcome anybody else flying. They were, I think, Juan Tripe at the time was very much against Howard Hughes and the creation of TWA. Yeah, Pan Am was that was like that was the epitome of airline travel back then. You know, like that was your if you flew on Pan Am, it was like a major experience, you know. Back then air travel was even though costs had come down and air travel opened up to everybody because back long time ago air travel was only for the very wealthy. But you know, as air travel became something that was accessible to everybody, it was, you know, like airlines made it was like a big experience that you flew with a certain airline. Like you didn't forget about that trip, you know, not just that you went to somewhere far away, but that you flew on, you know, like, oh, we flew on Pan Am and it was amazing, you know. Yeah, it was like a big to do to fly was, you know, if you flew on that airline, it was like a uh, very big deal. But yeah, I really wish Pan Am was still around today. There's just something about that logo and the whole, what's the word? I don't know about if it's culture or just the whole image of Pan Am. You know, all these faraway exotic places. They took people to places that they wouldn't be able to go nowadays. You know, it seems like they opened up the world to everybody, and yeah, I think that's just it's a unique experience. You know, I do remember flying on Delta, and I do remember, you know, like when you're a kid, you get to go up to the flight deck and check out, you know, oh, you get the little junior pilot wings and you know stuff like that. But a lot of that's just it's not the way air travel is now. It's very, bleh, you know. So it's just like hurry up and get on the plane so we can take off, and then they, you know, they just throw you a little snack. They don't, you know, like the, I don't know so much it was glamour, but the whole pomp and circumstance of air travel is just kind of like, yeah, you know. I just I wish it would come back. I really do. I wish, and a lot of companies it's they can't afford, you know, like you know, business class is now on par with first class. You know, you get the nice meal because you're paying for all that stuff. You're paying for that extra leg room and all that. But yeah, because otherwise, if you're stuck back in coach, you get nothing. You get some peanuts or some crackers or some chips or you know something to drink. Maybe you get a little sandwich type thing or you know something, but you don't really get much of anything now. And I get it; they're just trying to cut costs to save money, but yeah, it's just it's sad, you know. But yeah, it's just insane. I miss those days. You know, especially when you're a kid, you get the even if you didn't get to go up on the flight deck and talk to the pilots and all that for a few minutes, it still was an amazing experience. Now it's just yeah. it's just it's crazy. But yeah, I really wish Pan Am at least would come back. I don't know that it would survive much in this day. Like a lot of airlines are trying to do, they're only making up their money by moving cargo, I think. You know, they're trying to do a little bit of both. You know, that's where all the 747, the last one went to a cargo company. It didn't go to an airline that was using it for passenger service. You know, moving freight and cargo is the thing now. It's the only way you can make money. You know, you still have to have a pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, you know, somebody, you know, there's got to be a small crew that's involved, but, you know. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, making our way. The only way we know how. Daddy's been in trouble with the law since the day he was born. Chef's Life Restaurant Simulator. I'll tell you, they come up. There's a simulator for just about everything now. Flight simming, train simming, chef simming, lawn mowing simming. I don't know. Like I would think, quite honestly, if I wanted to be a chef, I would have gone through the. I don't know that I'd want to simulate it. I think that's like an experience you'd want to have. You know, but I don't know. I mean, what's next? Bathroom simming? I don't know. I don't get it. Well, I do appreciate everybody coming in, the few folks that are coming in to hang out today. Nice to see you all here. We're still en route. We have a little bit to go. Once we are in sight or getting closer here to Pilsner, we'll start reducing our altitude. In preparation for our arrival here into Denver International. United Airlines Flight 2444. Airbus speaking. Yeah. Wow. Still quite a ways out from Denver International, but Already talking to Denver Center. I wonder how many times we're going to get bounced around though. Brewery, just say it. Continue to the brewery. I have to admit, if you ever get a chance to go, I visited there once, and I would go back again in a heartbeat because it was absolutely amazing. In the Hofbrauhaus, which is where they make Hofbrau beer, Germany. You can tour it. I think you still can. I don't know if you can now, but you used to be able to. And you can sample the beer, the Hofbrau beer, as it's just as it was brewed. They have a huge beer hall. So it looks like once we get past Dunkel, we'll go to 33,000 feet. Yeah, if you've never been there, if you ever get a chance to go, it's absolutely amazing. But I would not recommend going during Oktoberfest. Go to another time. It's way too hard. Go to Munich. Go to the Hofbrauhaus. It is fantastic. I wish I had taken pictures of it. That's why I'd like to go back and take pictures of it. All around Munich and all that. I mean, it was in this huge pedestrian kind of area, and it had like all kinds of shops, and there was a shop. I don't know if it's still open or not, but they had a huge music store. There. Yeah, miss Germany. I do. Still on my bucket list to go back and see how much different it is now. I know it's significantly different. Be nice to see it again, do video and take a lot of pictures and maybe stop off in the UK and go to that dodgy McDonald's that Joseph goes to and start a fight and make sure it gets closed down permanently. Alright, cruising right along. We're getting there. We'll start our descent here pretty soon, folks. And we'll be on the ground. We'll end the stream, put a little nice bow on top of it for Joseph. We'll be back Monday, 6:45 Eastern, 11:45 UTC in the Eucharist 52. Going from Little Rock to, let me make sure I give this correctly, to Nashville International. Got a couple big legs, 112 nautical miles and 134 nautical miles. And then 42 nautical miles, and then we'll be in Nashville. So yeah, looking forward to that trip on Monday as we make our way across America, still in the 52, heading back to the east, heading east-northeast, making sure we touch down in all the lower 48 states, and then that will conclude that tour. We would have probably been much farther along if my little accident hadn't happened, but it did. It's okay. We're still making our way. Across America, back towards back to JFK where we started. Yeah, good stuff. Once things are much better and I've got a plan for physical therapy, then I can get back to a schedule, a little bit more of a schedule. Right now it's kind of hard to plan all that. Till I get some idea of where things are with the arm. Sometimes I worry that I've done something that it's caused, like I've damaged something, but I don't think I have. So at least, hey, Infidel Farman, how are you? Nice to see you here. Nice to see you this morning in Scruffy's stream. Hopefully you're faring well with your schooling for flight dispatcher, not flight director. You know what's going to happen, Fireman, is sir, I know Scruffy said he likes trolling you, saying you're going to be a flight director. But pretty soon when he says it, he says flight director, everybody's going to automatically correct him. Pretty soon the whole chat's going to be like, no, it's flight dispatcher. It's just a matter of time. But hopefully school's going well. But nice to see you in this evening. Yeah, it was good to see you this morning. That was a really nice flight. And I tell you, Scruff was just, I think he was almost moved to tears and how many people were flying with him today. Yeah, good. Yeah, I think he was not expecting that many people to fly with him, but he has a very good community. He's probably definitely one of the most welcoming people if you want to fly with them, or you just want to chill in the chat and play fart sounds all day, flush the toilet, whatever. You're more than welcome to. But yeah, really nice to see him in there today. Everybody flying with him. I do remember that when he did that raising money for Ava. That I don't think anybody ever forget all the emotions that were involved in helping that family. All right, we're almost there. We'll get once we get past. We've got 13 nautical miles, and then another 19, something like that. Or oh wait, 21. I'm sorry, not 19. 21 nautical miles to the next one, and then we'll call in and start reducing our altitude here. We'll go ahead and put the buckle up sign. Tell the cabin crew to start collecting the rubbish. Yeah, it was good stuff today. Really enjoyed that. Boy, he was struggling with that Wilga though. Poor guy. But yeah, thank you all for being here today on this little impromptu shindig. Impromptu shenanigans. Always a bit leery about flying in the sim on the weekends. It seems like this is when there's always the most problems. I don't know if it's because most everybody's flying on the weekends now. You know, a lot of people have gone back to work and everything, so they only get a chance to fly in the sim on the weekends, and then everything's just kind of overcrowded. But I'm on the Southeast Asia server, and it's been just really quiet here. I don't think I've seen a plane in the sky the entire time, so knock on wood that the server seems pretty stable here. And as always, if we have any technical issues, we're going to go ahead. If our panels suddenly go dark for whatever reasons, we've got our training. We're going to go ahead and land it without all the bits and bobs on. We're going to put it on the ground and park it, and then we're going to demand that we get a higher pay raise from United for making us land the plane without all the systems on. So I wouldn't even know, like, what could I do to... That's the one thing I don't know how to do, is if we had... If everything shuts off, how could I restart it? Because it's not like there's a button that says, you know, any kind of a avionics switch or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know how that would work, but I don't know, maybe one day we'll figure it out. I think we're gonna have to figure that out in the PMD G737. We're gonna have to know all those little procedures. I think we have to figure it out. So yeah, we'll definitely get the 800 series once they are officially released here on the Xbox side. Whenever that happens, I don't think it's going to be a right away thing. It's going to be either April or May or something like that before we see them in the sim on the Xbox side. Still, one day I'm still hoping to get on get a PC together and get the yoke and the throttle and the rudder pedals and all that good stuff. have to learn how to fly it a little bit more properly than using the Xbox controller. Let's see. Go 7. Okay. All right. Let's get the window open here. Make sure we actually clear that. Now we could wait, because we're only going down 3,000 feet. We could wait till we get a little bit closer. In fact, we'll wait till we're like in the 20s before we drop 3,000 feet. Well, you know what, the heck with it. Let's just be a little bit ahead of time. A little bit ahead of the curve doesn't hurt. All right, there we go. And then, let's see. We'll cruise there, and then we'll go down to 27,000. And then 22, and then from there we'll start get down to 12. We'll do little steps here and there along the way. Yes, I figured this flight was going to take a lot longer than an hour 50, because we've been in the headwind pretty much the entire way, so. Get a little bit of speed back up here while we're Hey, Sergeant Staff, how are you? Nice to see you here. How are you? We are starting our descent here into Denver International. Let's get a little bit of an altitude reduction. We got another one coming up here. We pass Kolsch. I didn't realize all the, if we look at the list here, go here to little, so you got Pilsner, Lager, and Pint, and Tap Me. Oh, oh, slow mode is still getting you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just try to, I keep it on just so I can try to keep keep an eye on the chat in case my my mods are not here. I can respond as quickly as I can if it's just me, myself, and I, and keeping an eye on the chat for any kind of silliness. So, but yeah, hopefully you're well. I think we're going to have a bit of a bumpy approach here into Denver. Been pretty smooth sailing the entire way. Although I think there was a bit of a wind. We had a little bit of a wind gust, and so we put everybody back in their seats and made them buckle up, and then we were out of that fiasco. We put on the sit down and be quiet sign, as I like to call it. All right, next drop here. Yeah, my mods are a bit global, so I never know when they can be here, so I don't always expect them to be here, so yeah, good to see you here. How's the weather in Michigan? Minor in Germany. Oh yeah, yeah. I that one ghost hunting game that you guys played. Yeah. Remember the husband and wife that are over in Deutschland. We got one in the UK, one here in America. I haven't seen Amela in a while. I don't know if Amela's been busy or burned out on watching streams. I don't know. Warm, sunny. Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, because when I spawned in at Chicago O'Hare, I was expecting, like snow and just, nasty weather. It was like just cloudy, and I was like, really? At this time of the year? Are you kidding? Yeah, I don't tell you, the weather's nuts. I had to double check to make sure I had it on live weather, as a matter of fact, before I started the stream, because I was like, just make sure it's. I didn't have it on like just cloud, a few clouds or something, but yeah, it's crazy. All right. next one will be 5,000 feet. Yep. Well, at least you got a little bit of warmth. Don't know if it's done much to the frigid weather up there. I mean, before all that, didn't you guys get a pretty bad snowstorm? So if it's warm and all that snow starts to melt, I mean, they got to start thinking about some kind of flooding, or is it like not a big deal? Because I know up in one of my former professors, he has a house up by where is it? Up by, I don't know if it's up by Rochester, but it's up by one of the big lakes up here in northern New York, up like near Rochester area or whatever. They get flooding sometimes from the lakes. If it, when it's the lake gets very high, and then they've had to. Oh, there's another face in the air finally. I think Lion XS, Lion, I don't know. Looks like they're on their way in there into Denver in the A310. Yeah, that's see, here whenever we get snow where I live here in New York, they always talk about local flooding, but it never, like if we get like 3 or 4 feet of snow, they have to wonder where all the water, once it starts to melt, where is it going to go, you know. They always talk about be prepared for local flooding and all that, but it's all right. We're almost there, so our next one, 5,000. So yeah, we're now into March Madness for college basketball, when all the teams make their runs for the playoffs. The storm is, yeah. UK comes to us. Well, that's like that in Savannah, actually, Mick. If they even had a hint of any kind of winter weather, they immediately, it was like, everybody stay off the streets, only essential, like people working at hospitals, firefighter, EMS, police, power crews, that sort of thing. Everybody else stay off the roads. And so yeah, because they're worried that people will just forget how to drive, and then it'll just be massive wrecks, and then let's go down to 250 here. We'll drop to 5,000 feet. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I should have been. Oh, sorry. We're good. Yeah, they used to always talk about that in Savannah, that if they. There was a couple times when I lived there, when I was stationed there, that they don't come into, everybody stay home. Stay off the roads. Don't go anywhere. I think there was even one time when I was at Fort Riley, the weather was so bad they closed the post for the day. Because there, you know, a lot of people live off posts, and they said, no, we don't want anybody driving in. Just everybody stay home. It's not the big, you know, it wasn't like it was anything planned for that day. It was just, but yeah, it was that bad that they closed the post for the day. Everybody's like, yeah, free day off, woohoo! But it's like, okay, now what are we gonna do? It's not like we can go anywhere, you know. Drag of a day off, you know. Hey, at least we don't have to go to work. Okay, what are we gonna do? I don't know, watch a movie. Yeah, see, well, like when I was a student at the community college, I always was like, do we have class today? Yeah, it's not that bad out. Really? Yeah, it's not a snow day. Come on, come. You gotta go to school. But yeah, they I don't know if it's the same elsewhere, but at least here in New York, if they have a snow day, all the snow days they have to make it up. So like the school year gets extended. You know, they have to make up those days. You know. So some teachers are like, yay, it's snow days, and they're like, oh man, that means summer doesn't really start right away, you know. Actually, we're okay because this one at Pint we're supposed to be at flight level 210, so we're good. So let's get today's flight brought to you by Parasox Airline. Parasox Airline, just because you have. Just continue to logger. Just because you have a pair of socks does not mean you have to have. They don't have to match. They do not. Just because you buy them that way does not mean they have to match when you wear them. Airline CEO Scruffy Tam will show you on his stream if you ask him nicely. Be happy to show you the sock cam. Back Monday in the Ukers 52 with nonstop service from Little Rock, Arkansas to, did I say Nashville? Let me make sure. I think it's Nashville. Yes, Nashville, Tennessee. Total of 288 nautical mile journey in the Ukers 52. Should be a nice one. Of course, we'll have just some clouds for the for our flight. Just a few clouds. So, excuse me. Thank you all again for being here today. Greatly appreciate it. A bit of an unplanned bit of fun tonight, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have not enjoyed today's flight, you know who the complaint department is. Shoot him a message, tell him you didn't like it. I'm sure he'll get back to you and expeditiously and forthwith and all that. A310, looks like somebody's in the Embraer. 170 or 175 maybe? Dainty something or other. It's kind of hard to read everything. It's all overlapping, but the hand grenade with the number on it. Yeah, that's it. The complaint department. Oh, young Joseph Adams, who's in the UK, I always tell that he's the complaint department manager. Just send him a message and tell him what you didn't like, and he'll file it appropriately. I don't know. He might be watching He might be watching other streams right now. I haven't seen. I don't know if those are even allowed anymore. Okay, I know that used to be a thing on people. Oh, still. Oh, not you, Joseph. Is he still? Show who the. I don't know how to. Oh well. Anyway. Yeah, I know that was like a thing. Oh, there we go. Didn't even have to ask. All right. Well, there we are. They're going to start telling us what to do now. All right, we can close that down. All right, we'll just manage our speed and our tude. All right, folks, we are making our way into Denver. Thank you for flying United Airlines Flight 2444, nonstop service from Chicago to Denver. Now, I kind of have a general idea where we're supposed to park. We're going to see if we can't figure it out. Although the gate does not exist in this. It wasn't like, but we may be able to find it on our own. Let's see. So. Let's go down to 230. First. Let's say 15. Yep, all right. All right, thanks, Sergeant Staff. We'll see you around. Thanks for popping by and saying hello. Nice to see you as always. Hopefully it's not, the rain isn't too bad there if it does arrive. All right, folks, I'll try to keep glancing at the chat every so often in case anybody posts anything, but pretty soon I will be focused on bringing us in here to Denver. I almost said Chicago. What? So Denver International should be where those two planes are right there. Runway should be somewhere over here, I do believe. Go down 210 now. Get our first set of flaps. There's a 175 right there. We're already there. All right. So I'm gonna taxi to a gate. I'm not gonna go to where they want me to go. I'm gonna find my own gate to park at. Shut down. Once we're there. There's like a little airport right there, but I don't think that is. Oh, looks like it's part of a ranch. Oh, crop circles. No, that's one thing. I've not. Doesn't seem like we can do crop circles on Farm Sim. We just have like these large square plots of land, and that's it. It'd be nice if we could do some crop circles. Somebody just took off with a Dark Star. Dainty tugboat. What kind of name is that? Oh, there is such a thing as a dainty tugboat. Would not be a tugboat for very long if it was dainty. right, here we go, folks. All right. Down to 180 here in a second. Our next set of flaps. Switch on. Get a turn here pretty soon. Oh, it's coming up. Oh, saying 3-4 left. No, we do not want that. Me, or does this not feel like Denver? I mean, I know it's up in altitude, but I was not. Maybe I have different expectations of what Denver's supposed to look like. I was not expecting all this farmland. Oh, there's some mountains right there. Okay. Why would you tell me? No. No, that's like ridiculous. We need to be going down to at least 10. Not climbing. If that was the case, why did they have me go to 11? I could have stayed at 12. Let's slow down again. I think we're going to start reducing altitude here in a minute. Should be at 10 and reduce from there. Boy. Alright, should be coming up on final here pretty soon. Now let's switch this on. Alright, there we go. Oh, looks like the ads are playing right now. Doggone it. I just noticed that it just grayed out, I think. That should be our runway lights right there. So it tells me we're gonna miss our approach. Shoot. One more reduction, 7,000, and then we should be good. We got to go at least once more. I'm going to just go ahead and drop it myself. Alright, we are locked in. We got the glide slope. Alright folks, here we go. Catch up with the chat once we are on the ground. Over, should come up, should nose over here any second now. Nose over, nose over. Nose it, nose it. Come on. Like it's climbing. Okay, there it goes. All right, finally. Whew. I didn't think it was going to ever nose over. Oh, let me get back to the chat here. So there's our stuff here. All right, at least the ads are done. Set
1,000.
Here we go. Quite a long runway. Land on here. Boy, it looks like we are
300
center here.
100, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20.
Oh boy. Oh, we got a bit of a gust here, I think.
Retard. 5.
There we go. We made it. Laughed myself an entire flight. Really like to welcome you to Denver, Colorado. Local time is 16:22 in the afternoon. You understand, appreciate the fact that it is Friday, or Saturday, not Friday, Saturday. And some folks have lots of other things going on today, but we're glad for those for you who are able to join us today's flight. Enjoy your stay here in Denver. Whether it's business or personal, we're back Monday in Euchre 52. Non-stop service from Little Rock to Nashville. You can join us. All right, so let's. Yeah, that was felt like we were constantly off the Delta. Let me just go ahead and tell them. Gates, please. All right, let me just look at. Ooh, that's kind of close to where we were supposed to be. Yay! We were supposed. They landed and went to Bravo 19, so we're still within the right. I like it. Yeah, that was a bit, but we made it. Yeah. Yeah, I think there was just a bit of wind coming in, a little bit of a crosswind that kept pushing me off, but we made it. So there we are. I didn't think the plane was ever going to settle down, but we got it. Speeding across the taxiway here. All right, well, at least we'll stick with Bravo 14 then. That's pretty close to where we were. It's on the other, where we're supposed to actually be is on the other side, but we'll take Bravo 14. That's okay. I want to at least be in the Bravo gate. So cool stuff. Should be at sea. Our gate should be over on this side, I believe. But yeah, that was a bit of a tough one, but we made it. Because I just felt like it was drifting off the runway. The autopilot was, so I'm just like, well, and then it did not want to settle down. But we got it. We were able to. Some weird looking water right there. What is up with that? What's going on over there? I think this airport's possessed somehow. But yeah, good stuff. Hopefully it was enjoyable. Wow. That's the landing lights for runway right there. What do we say? We run through the lights and destroy them. Hey, Chev, doing well. Just landed here in Denver. About to wrap up this little fun stream for the night. Got a little impromptu flight today. We took off from Chicago here, and we just landed here in Denver International. Bit of a tough landing. We had a bit of a crosswind, I think, and but we got it on the ground, and we're on our way to our gate, and we'll be wrapping things up. Hopefully, you're well. Yeah, nice little late afternoon, evening flight. Courtesy of Parasox Airlines. Get a few more miles knocked out. Get some more socks in my drawer. It's not an official company route, but figure we do this to have a bit of fun for the night. Canadian Conair. Ooh, nice. Oh yeah, you're at the flight show or the air show there. Very cool. It's been so many years. I did go to an air show once in California. They had an air show there at Moffett Federal Airfield. I think when it was still Moffett Naval Air Station, but I would so like to go to a proper air show. Oh, I wish I could have gone to Oshkosh this year. That would have been cool. One of these years I would like to go do that. I know a lot of the folks from the flight sim community do go to Oshkosh as well. Alright. Well, not the exact gate, but... And see, this one, the gates aren't numbered either, so... But I know the one that this one actually terminated at was over... It's on the other side and to the right there, but... We'll take this gate. It's fine. Oop. Alright, here comes the there we are. We are connected. Third day in a row. Nice. I remember like going to I used to go to the car show or the races and all that. How many days you would spend. Alright, let's just end things here. Look at that. 2 hours and 28 minutes. So a little over an hour 50, but well, way over hour 50. Almost an hour longer than expected, but we had headwind the entire way, but we did, I think, absolutely fantastic here. It was a nice flight. We didn't have, other than that weird wind gust suddenly, which I don't know if it was really a gust or if I kicked one of the triggers to cause the plane to kind of go everywhere, but yeah, great flight. But yeah, that's awesome, Ashev. I wish I could go to something like that. That'd be fantastic. Nice sneaky flight. Yeah, I was sneaky, Mick. I didn't. I wasn't sure. I was thinking about doing it tomorrow, but tomorrow's going to be laundry day. I think I just gotta skedaddle over across to the quick fill, get some money, get a few things to break a 20, and then get some money and break a 20. That almost rhymed. And then go get some change for the laundry machines downstairs, and I'll do my laundry tomorrow and get that knocked out. But yeah, let me know about when you want to do that flight, Mick. It doesn't have to be tonight. Message me whenever. You can sleep on it if you want. Either way, it's fine. We'll get that knocked out. I just have to, I'll spend some time tomorrow kind of going back over the 747 just so I know where everything is so I can help you get everything set up and get you in the air and get you on the ground, as always. So, anyway, thank you everybody for coming in and hanging out today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And do enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening, early Sunday, or late Sunday, maybe? Somewhere in the world it's already Sunday. Sunday's almost over, I guess. I don't know if it's just starting, possibly. But anyway, do enjoy all that. I will see you on Monday in the Junkers 52. Got fiber. Oh, so okay. So maybe like Wednesday or Friday. I think you said a couple days. So what? I guess maybe Friday or Saturday would be the. We could try that on Friday or Saturday then, because it'll be the couple days of settling the system in and all that before we try all that. So perfect. That'll work. I'm perfectly fine with that. So anyway, so yeah, I have been and always shall be your host and pilot, Uncle B. Until Monday, peace, live long and prosper.